Their mortgage repayments have doubled. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian here, and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Grab your stein of coffee. Let's have a look at this article about a family whose mortgage repayments have doubled. I can't imagine this is a surprising, outcome for most of us watching the channel, but it seems to be, at least how the media is portraying it, for a lot of people. I suspect more people believed the 24 no rate rises until 24 than didn't. I should do a poll on it. But then again, my viewers, I don't think you're all normal guys. I think you're a bit more attuned to what's going on. So, property prices, investor decline tipped for regional Victoria's interest rates rise. Okay, so when Emily and Jimmy Black bought their first home in September 2020, so right during the FOMO period, their mortgage repayments were tough but manageable. Their mortgage repayments were tough but manageable when the cash rate was bugger all. Look there. It was probably, okay, it went down. Shit, if they were having trouble then, that's worrying. The couple felt confident enough to decide to renovate, but it meant they had to switch from a fixed to a variable interest rate. Yeah, well, I mean, I can relate to that. We decided to renovate during this period too, and it's just dragged on and on and on. Fast forward a little more than 2 years, and their payments have doubled to around $2,000 a month. It has resulted in significant life changes for the Blacks. I'm in a similar situation. I mean, I'm quite fortunate because I locked in at a low rate, but I'm paying a mortgage and I'm renting a place to live in now. So I want to get back in this place as soon as I can, even if it's half finished, because I'm sick of paying rent because it's like I've doubled my mortgage. It's awesome. It's what you got to do. What you got to do sometimes. I cut my maternity leave short by 2 months and went back to work part-time in January, Miss Black 34 said. Oh, that's a shame. You want to spend time with your kids. We noticed that the last fortnight, with mortgage repayments, bills and Christmas expenses, we've run out of our week-to-week funds. It's been a shock for us. So is this perhaps the first time shit's hit the fan and they need to get real and they need to make a budget, tighten their belts, change the quality of their life, sacrifice? Because it could be, often, I know for us, until stuff got tough, then you suddenly have to get serious. It just happens in life sometimes. Things are not likely to get any easier after the Reserve Bank increased the interest rate by 25 points today, and they're going to increase it again. The night's straight rise put the cash rate at 3.35% as the RBA tries to curb inflation. So mortgage pain. Central Victorian mortgage broker Peter Machel said his phone had run hot after the past 8 rate rises. It's unfortunate some people have taken out such high loans, he said. They're kind of locked in with the same lender because other lenders see them as too high risk. This is the mortgage prison where people's LVRs aren't very good, the loan-to-value ratio, so they can't shift from the banks. It's going to get worse if some of them even get to the point where they're negative equity. Now, so long as you keep making the payments, I don't think the bank's going to knock on your door and kick you out. If they threaten to do that, go to a current affair, get all the negative media attention you can. But there are going to be some people that will be quite, I think you've got to sell, you got a year, get out. Or make a change. He said the mortgage market was getting more competitive as banks began to focus on customer retention. When it came to investors, however, Mr. Machel was seeing a decline. Investor activity has almost halved for us, he said. The ones who are investing, they are looking for low-cost houses to rent them out. I bet. People on welfare, essentially government-guaranteed social housing. There has been a bit more interest in small towns such as Owen, where you can buy property for 200 grand and rental return is between 6 and 10%. Not bad. I mean, you can get 4% on just sticking your money in a bank as of today. Or not today, I think on the 16th. It's a similar story along the Great Ocean Road, where Port Fairy mortgage broker Sam Arthurs has noticed a drop in local investors. Well, yeah, but how many of these places are like holiday locations, weekends away? How many people, you don't want to live there if you can't avoid it. Or I guess you probably want to live there, but you got to work remotely. There's a lull in investor activity, but there's a lot of outside investment because it's still in the affordability zone. You can get a house in Warrnambool for $600,000 and will rent for $450 to $500 a week. It's still appealing to the Melburnian or Adelaide buyer. Mr. Arthurs is finding it tough every time there is a rate hike. Quite often we do loans for local people and friends, and often when people call up, it's one of the hardest things hearing that they're struggling, he said. It has a lot of impact. Mental health in the mortgage broking industry is probably not the best right now. Yeah, that's a point too, isn't it? You wouldn't think about that. Because the brokers, they're usually friendly and nice. People are celebrating that they got a home. They helped them out, getting them in their home. I can imagine it could be quite a rewarding job. But if people are going, I can't make these repayments, we need to do something, and there's nothing you can do. Shit. That's tough. Prices are stagnating. Bendigo Bank's chief economist, David Robinson, has been watching the rising interest rates closely. As homeowners continue to feel the pinch, Mr. Robinson is forecasting a levelling effect on the regional property market. Regional property prices actually went up more than capitals. They were 35% during the pandemic, but have fallen since the peak, he said. So this hike will extend corrections lower for property prices. Yeah, but will it go below the pre-pandemic levels? Real Estate Institute of Victoria President Andrew Meehan confirmed that regional price rises were slowing. In 22, regional property prices rose by 8% compared to a 27% increase the year before. The average price of a property in regional Victoria is $610,000, while in metropolitan Melbourne it is $1.04 million. Mr. Meehan said country areas just outside Melbourne were likely to see strong demand. Places like Woodend and Macedown Ranges, within commuting distance of Melbourne, that's a hangover from COVID, he said. So there we go, everyone. Let's have a bit of a talk about this one. So what we're seeing here is, families struggling as their mortgage repayments go up. This is a unique case where they went off a fixed mortgage to variable because they wanted to do renovations. I mean, it's frankly a reason why we're doing our renovations with cash, and we're not borrowing huge amounts of money. It's taking longer. We couldn't get the first homeowner, or not the home builder grant, but I'm glad I'm not in that situation. There are going to be a lot of people that are going to start doing it tough. Hopefully they'll find a path through, but we'll have to wait and see. And then you've got investors and regional areas starting to take the cut. Well, there we have it, guys. There's going to be many more of these type of stories. Anyway, thanks for watching. Check out Heise Bim or Heise Does for other content I create. If you want to support us, you can on YouTube or Patreon. Use our referral links, buy our pocket squares, or call us if you need an architect. Take care, everyone. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next episode of HeiseSays. Bye for now.